Welcome to episode 6 of my Special Ops Challenge Guide series. Today's episode covers the Bounce House Challenge. Get 2 headshot kills in a row with Ricochet. The reward for this challenge is a decent looking animated calling card which depicts 2 Terminator-like fish robotically smooching. This is probably tied for the hardest Special Ops challenge in Infinite Warfare. There's a lot of variables involved with this challenge that you just can't control. However, with the right tactics and class setup, you can definitely increase your likelihood of completing this challenge. First things first, let's talk about Ricochet. I've been surprised at just how many people don't know what this means. So in Infinite Warfare, there's 2 types of weapons, ballistic and energy. Only energy weapons are able to ricochet. Ballistic weapons penetrate, which means they go through things and deal damage. Energy weapons cannot do this, but rather they ricochet off surfaces. Or more simply, they bounce off. Obviously, scoring a ricochet kill takes a bit more skill to achieve than a penetration kill. Now, as is the case with penetration, ricochet damage is reduced. For example, using the raw LMG at this range is a 3-shot kill. However, with ricochet damage, it takes a whopping 8 reflected bullets to score a kill. That means that damage is reduced by about 65% for these ricochet shots. Unfortunately for us, this also applies for headshots, which is what we need for this challenge. Even bouncing my bullet straight off this guy's face, it'll still take 8 reflected headshots for a kill. Now there's an attachment for energy weapons that's equivalent to the FMJ attachment called Ram Servo. Not only will this increase damage against equipment and score streaks, but it also gives your energy shots the enhanced ability to ricochet off walls. So instead of a single bounce, using the Ram Servo attachment will allow a single shot to bounce 2 times. And this is while still doing the same 65% reduced damage. It's not that useful in general, but for this particular challenge, it can be extremely helpful. So now before I dive into tactics, let's do a class setup. I highly recommend copying this class as closely as possible, as it suits the required strategies for this challenge nicely. To have a better shot at this challenge, we need ammo. And lots of it. The raw LMG is hands down the best choice for this challenge. If you happen to have the rare weapon variant called the Repeater, definitely use this. Not only does it come with increased ammo, which is otherwise impossible since energy weapons don't have extended mags, but it also has the Headhunter weapon perk. This will instantly refill your entire magazine when you get a headshot. For attachments, you absolutely must have Quick Draw. Being able to snap on at a moment's notice is crucial, as you'll see. Next, you need the suppressor. Remember, at minimum, it takes 8 reflected shots for a kill. You don't want to be broadcasting your massive spray of bullets on the enemy's minimap. The next attachment should be Ram Servo. You'll be glad you have that additional bounce when you try for this. Lastly, if you don't have the Repeater variant I mentioned earlier, you can use the Fusion Mag attachment to help regenerate your ammo. For perks, you only need 3. In Tier 1, you obviously should use Ghost. In Tier 2, I recommend Tracker. Not only does this cancel enemies' dead silence, but you'll be able to see their footsteps. In Tier 3, Pinpoint is extremely useful for this challenge. You'll see why all these things are beneficial when we go over the strategy. If you have Dead Silence unlocked, feel free to take off the Fusion Mag attachment and double up Dead Silence with Pinpoint. Now for a rig and payload, you'll want to run the Merc rig. His reactive armor payload is essential, as is his man-at-arms trait. This will give you more speed, more ammo, and more armor. With the class setup out of the way, let's talk tactics. There's 2 ways to effectively get a ricochet kill. You can bounce your bullets around corners, or you can bounce bullets right at your enemy's feet and straight up their ass. Either method is viable, but one is way more practical to pull off. Bouncing your bullets around corners is pure luck. You have no way to tell when an enemy may be rounding a corner. This method will consume your entire magazine more often than not. And even then, you have no idea how the enemy will round the corner. He could be crouch walking for all you know, which would then mean you need to have the precise angle to ricochet into his head. As such, I would not recommend this method. The more practical method is shooting down in front of your enemies. This causes your bullets to ricochet straight up, which more often than not will hit them in the face. And that's precisely what we want. More importantly, if an enemy is laying prone, it's extremely easy to cold cock your enemies in the head with the ricochet effect. There's 2 huge tips that I can offer you for this challenge. First, game mode and game type. Hardcore is where it's at. Remember when I said that it takes 8 ricochet bullets with the raw LMG? That's for core mode. In hardcore, you can kill in a single ricochet bullet. Anyone trying this method in core mode should definitely give hardcore a whirl. The game mode of choice has to be domination. We're going to utilize the flags to our advantage. Now the second big tip is very important, so listen closely. You don't have to get both headshots in a single life. You can get a single headshot, die 10 times in a row, and still complete this challenge as long as your next kill is also a headshot. Let me repeat that. You don't have to get the 2 ricochet headshots in a single life. You can die in between just so long as the headshots are the only 2 kills you get. Knowing this makes the challenge so much easier. Now we have all the keys to success. We just have to put them together. What you want to do is linger near a flag. It doesn't matter which one. Use the straight up ricochet method, which is simply firing at the ground in front of your enemies. This will ricochet all your bullets straight up in the head region. You'll want to watch the kill feed for the headshot indicator. Once you score your first headshot, you need to ensure that your next kill is also a headshot. If you don't have an enemy in your sights where you can attempt a ricochet, just take the death. Remember, you can die as many times as you want, just so long as you don't get a normal kill in between. If an enemy isn't laying prone though, it's more or less luck if your ricochet will strike your enemy's head. All you can do is keep ricocheting the bullets off the ground in front of them and hope for the best. However, this is precisely why I recommend domination. What do people usually do when they cap flags? They go prone. You need to lurk right outside a flag until you see you're losing it. Then, cautiously creep into view. If you're lucky, your enemy will be prone, which makes getting a ricochet headshot a breeze. Even if they aren't prone, you should still have the jump on them for a good ricochet attempt, since they'll be preoccupied capping the flag. Hardcore mode is also ideal due to lots of people camping their dicks off. If you get killed by someone laying prone somewhere, 9 times out of 10 he isn't gonna move. You can come right back and he'll still be in that exact same spot. This should make getting your first ricochet shot easy. If you find that enemy that keeps returning to the exact same spot, you can potentially complete this challenge almost effortlessly. Remember, a prone enemy makes getting a ricochet headshot extremely easy. Look for a sniper who has taken up a long sightline lying prone in the back of the map. Chances are, should he die, he'll come right back to the same location. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. And that, as they say, is that. If you merge all the tactics I've mentioned in this video into one match, you'll have the highest chance of success for completing this challenge. I'll warn you right now though, you will die a lot. There were matches where I'd only get 5 kills and over 30 deaths. Persistence is key. Knowing that you can die as many times as you want in between ricochet headshots is very beneficial. So play hardcore using the raw LMG and aim in front of your enemies at their feet to ensure bullets ricochet straight up into their face. Upon getting that first headshot, make sure your next kill is definitely from a ricochet attempt. If you can't get a ricochet, take the death so your challenge doesn't reset. Creep near the flags in domination to try and catch your second enemy laying prone. Doing this will make ricocheting a bullet into their skull a lot easier. Try not to get discouraged if you die repeatedly in between headshots. These tactics, along with persistence, are the keys to victory with this challenge. The extra energy required to make another effort or try another approach is the secret to winning.